and Abhimanyu has to remain on the last rank with his rook.
And I think the winning plan is you go all the way to c7, attack the rook. The rook is running out of squares. The rook will go to a8. Then you attack it on b7. Your rook cannot leave the 8th rank. There's checkmate. You'll be forced back on another square, and then rook c7, rook c8 you can't avoid.
Yes, that's a good plan.
Just a very straightforward, clear-cut path. Yeah, very tough for Abhimanyu.
Very tough. Are all the other games over? This is the last one.
Yes.
Yes, and wow, Pranesh, what a run, what a tournament, earning his spot into the Challengers, and he's earned his spot into the Masters.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, he wouldn't have imagined that he could lose and make it, but I mean, he did the hard work already in the first 8 rounds. So, and also a big breakthrough for him because he crosses 2600 ELO again. He had crossed it before, but now he's back into 2600 zone.
Imagine the roller coaster of emotions. Yeah, he loses, realizes he's botched it up somehow. Then he sees, okay, Leon is winning. This is not turning out. He's depressed, and suddenly he sees, okay, wait, Puranik is worse. Suddenly, this must be an insane day for him. I don't know if he can get his thoughts at some point.
Can we get him here? Is Pranesh here by any chance?
We're going to check on that, and I think it's also for a player, you know, a young player like Pranesh, this opportunity to play here is one thing. And then going on to win it, to get that chance to play with the big boys next year in the Chennai Masters. But also the prize money, right? Getting that first place because it goes right back into the sport.
True.
It gives them the chance to work with some of the very strong trainers, to improve their game, to perhaps go play some of those big tournaments. So it's, I think, a very, very important win in his career timeline for Pranesh to come at this point.
Absolutely, and he'll be back at the Masters next year, so that's a golden opportunity. And meanwhile, the last game going on, 8.5 minutes each, no stress. The king is walking up to the 7th rank soon, and Abhimanyu will have to resign. King g8.
And that whole plan of just trying to trade the rooks, king b7, rook c7, and unfortunately for Abhimanyu, the black rook is helpless, the position is hopeless. And these are the last few moments of the Challengers.
Rook c7, like you said, Tanya. The fastest way to win here with the idea of rook c8.
It's the last move of the tournament, and there it is. Pranesh wins the Chennai Grandmaster Challengers, booking his spot into the Masters in 2026.
Iniyan, what a crazy game today against Abhimanyu in the final round. I feel like it was quite tense also, given the thing that he wanted to win. Yes.
Yes, we were in a tricky situation. I mean, I was not in a tricky situation. I had played a good tournament, but I was not in contention for any of the top prizes. Therefore, I was pressure free. But my score against Abhimanyu before this was not good. It was probably -6 or something against him.
Wow.
Yeah, I played a lot of games against him and I lost a lot. But okay, I had the white pieces I could push a bit risk free, and he was in a bit of tricky situation because at the start of the game he did not know if he has to win the game, draw the game, or I mean, anything is fine. But yeah, so at first he was trying to take some bit of a risk, which backfired against him. But it was not like he had any position where he was better in the game. It was always equal or good for me. Yeah.
And then this rook d7 came in. Yeah, it was like a bolt of the blue.
Yeah. You probably saw it, but at this point he was already under pressure for quite some time. And while the computers might be saying that there are ways to equalize, during the game it seems everything is tricky for him. There are all kinds of pins and skewers happening around the board, especially the knight on c5. There were some hanging pawns on f7 with my knight on e5 attacking it. And when he played f6, at first it looks like black has equalized, but then I found this endgame idea with rook d7, and I realized that the endgame is very good for me. It's quite hard to play with black because I have a running pawn on the a file, and all his pawns on the king side are weak. So then I went for it.
Where did you think that he exactly went wrong? Like, what was his final or critical mistake, you would say?
According to the computer, f6 was a big mistake, allowing this rook d7. Otherwise, he was fine. But then, in the endgame, I made a mistake. I thought the rook endgame was a win if I get both of his pawns, which I did not see how he can stop. But turns out if he has given up both of his pawns, it's a draw.
Oh, wow.
Endgame is a draw. Like, both the e pawns he has to give. I realized that this is a draw if I take both the pawns at some point. and then I circumvented the pawns. I put the king behind the pawns to go without taking the pawn. My king went to h4, and then I could win the game. But yeah, so that was his last mistake. He had to give up the pawn. He had to force me to take it.
And how has the overall Chennai GM Challengers been for you, Inian? How would you like sum up this tournament?
I think I played quite decently. I don't have much of regrets except one game against Pranesh. I was out prepared, but it happens sometimes. You don't expect some variations, and then with Pranesh playing style, I did not expect he would go for the end game because he is usually known for attacking chess. I played with him many times. I've seen how he attacks well, and end game is not his strong point, so I did not think he will go for it. But he did, and he was well prepared. I could do nothing. I was lost out of the opening. So that was a bit of regret, but other than that, I played very well. Against Adiban was one game where I did not, but luckily I got half a point. In other games, I won the players who are in the lower half of the table, and then the games against Vaishali and Harshavardhan were a good fighting draw. Even though they are lower rated than me, they played very good. And with GB, it was like. I was pushing with the black pieces a bit, but he found all the good defensive resources in the rook end game and then the queen end game. So, I mean, nothing much to do. And in some games with black pieces against Leon, for example, or Diptyan, all I could do was equalize because in that position, if I try more, then I'm getting worse. So, in that point, I had to go for equality. Yeah, so there was nothing much that I could do. I could take my chances with the white pieces as they came, but with the black pieces, it was a bit tricky. I couldn't push too much against good players. It was a decent tournament overall.
And Inian, you're constantly playing tournaments. You're coming here right from Roll Trophy.
Yeah.
You won an exciting playoffs there, and the strong performance here in Chennai Grandmasters Challengers. What's up for you next?
I'm playing in Abu Dhabi. It actually started today. I'm taking a half a point by there.
Oh wow!
I'll play there starting from tomorrow. I'll play it in some time.
So like this is how many tournaments in a row, man?
It's been few. I played in Kazakhstan and then 2 in France and then now in Abu Dhabi. 5 tournaments.
Your parents are not seeing you in home only, yeah?
I go to home like 1 or 2 days and then go back to the tournament.
And Inian, one final question. I see the Sakti logo
Yes.
on your jacket here. Can you tell us a bit about them? Are they sponsors? How they're helping you?
So Shakti Group is my sponsors. I know them for a very long time. They were my first sponsor when I was under 8 and going for the Asian Championship.
Oh, wow.
It was Mahalingam Ayya. You probably know him. He sponsored Anand in his early days.
Yes.
But then now it is his son Manikam sir. He is the president of Tamil Nadu State Chess Association also, and he is the one who organizes the Chennai Grandmaster, the Open tournament, not the Quantbox one.
Like the Chennai GM Open.
Chennai GM Open tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, they are the sponsors of it, and they're doing fantastic job promoting chess in Tamil Nadu. They are conducting the I Am Now events continuous, like 50 tournaments a year or something like this. They are making I Am Now tournament. They're doing a lot of good things for chess, and they are sponsoring me. I am very grateful for their support and their trust.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Inian, for your time, and I wish you all the best for all upcoming tournaments.
Thank you.